So the project started with Stiftung UKMAG. They were doing like community building in Eberswalde, this community center, and I went there with a friend, Mihaela Dragan, who is doing a workshop focused on engaging Roma girls in Eberswalde. And then I went, met the people, and somehow I got engaged in doing workshops, theater workshops for young migrant and refugee girls. And since I was there, we were able to engage Arabic-speaking community. And yes, I was just fell in love with the girls and started slowly bringing a camera to do research. And from there, the project started, the film's idea started. So the whole process was organic. I first went, I was curious to get to know the community center and the girls. And initially I was experimenting like with doing a feature, but I wasn't sure. I wanted to take time to do research, get to know the girls. And over the years also the idea changed. I pivoted I didn't want to pressure the girls to participate, so it was really about taking some time so that they get to know me, they get to know what is film, what is a documentary film, and then it went on and grew. It was quite challenging, especially at the beginning, like the first 2 years, because I was going there on my own. So I had to juggle between operating the camera, engaging with the girls as part of the workshop, and as well translating between them and other mentors. So at the end of the day, I was quite drained and exhausted. But 2 years into the filming, Marco Müller, the cinematographer, joined, and things started going smoother. So he took care of the filming, and I was able to focus on directing and doing sound, which also sometimes was a bit too much because I had to engage with the girls the whole time. But yeah, it was challenging. A bit of everything. It was really, I was part of one of them. They were, as sometimes you can see in the film, like addressing me directly. But it was, I think also they didn't really understand what I was doing. So first year into filming, they were like, Rand, when is it gonna be done? We've been filming for a year. And little did they know that there were like 3 more years coming. And even though throughout the process, I was showing them edited sequences, I think it was only at the very end when I screened the film just before the picture locks, sort of to get their blessing that everything is fine, that they understood what the film is about. And it was, for me, that was like one of the highlights, because the screening, they were giggling, they were laughing, and at the end they were saying it's much better than what they expected. Well, I guess what they had in mind was sort of this boring TV kind of documentary. At least that's what they said. So they were happy that it turned out how it turned out. There wasn't like a formal casting. I didn't go with the idea of like casting protagonists for a film, and just like the film's idea, it was organic, because again, I didn't want to pressure girls to participate or invade their privacy in any way. So I was there, and I think they invited me to film as much as I invited them. So they knew I'm there with the camera. Some of the girls who passed by these workshops, they expressed that they didn't want to be in front of the camera, completely respected that. And as well, I think there is one of the participants, 2-3 years into the filming, she told me because of personal reasons she can't be part of this film anymore. So while I was sad, but of course I respected. I was sad because I was invested in her story and was very interested in her. I mean, we stay connected, but I just pivoted the film accordingly. It was something that developed because at the start I initially thought, because of this idea of not wanting to be invasive, that I would stick to the workshop space and film with the girls there. But after a while I got invited to their homes and met their families and spent a lot of time without filming, and slowly it was such a precious opportunity to be able to accompany them in their daily lives and show that part of their lives. So that's how we started filming there at their homes as well. I'm not sure I went in with a lot of expectations. It was more curiosity, maybe surprise. I think theoretically I was aware that their surroundings is a bit tough, but witnessing it firsthand was something else. I think just seeing how some people were maybe a bit unkind to the girls, making them feel like unwelcome outsiders. So that was tough to witness. But at the same time, there were also a lot of like kind and warm-hearted people who were invested in supporting the girls in their journey. So as you can imagine, for teenagers, both experiences can really shape the course of your life. It's a very interesting place, you know, because it's an ex-industrial city, and then a lot of these houses are now occupied by immigrants and refugees. So inside the home, I think sometimes there's like a huge contrast between inside of these homes that are very vibrant and warm and lots of good food, and the outside. And I think it's a bit also hard for a small city to be right next to Berlin. But at the same time, there's also a lot of students in Eberswalde. So you get a little bit of everything there. Absolutely. I think it's a great chance for to come into real dialogue, first of all, but also it's so vital to give teenagers and kids space to express themselves, and not just girls, but also it'd be great to have similar programs for boys to be able also to envision a future for themselves. And as you know, for teenagers, from no matter what your background is, it's a quite tough time to be to go through this time and really know what you want. So such spaces would be great. Yeah. Okay, good question. I think it's been different in different countries, but I feel one. I think a lot of women, also older women, can relate to this, can look back and relate to the girls. And even though it's a different time, different backgrounds, but there's something universal about being a girl in this age. And especially the theme of friendship, love to your friends, to your family, and to your community, I think resonates in across cultures. Yes, I'm so excited about that. Yes, they're gonna watch it next week in Eberswalde. There's a film festival there, and everyone's coming, so that's exciting. For introverted kids who need more time and space and can be outshined by the more extroverted ones. And I think for the well-being of the whole society, and like it's important to invest in especially kids this age. I think the project brought them together. They already knew each other, and some of them were friends. But the project, because it was like a constant meeting together, brought them also closer. I really like, especially the question about schools and engaging, creating more spaces for kids to reflect